Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 2 of Sword Quest Legends at Critical Pixels. Just going to quickly jump right in, because of course the last time we just did a random dungeon crawl just to get a sense of everything, but right now I want to actually jump into the story campaign now. One of the things that you'll of course notice across the board is basically that whatever you end up doing with one character actually carries over. So you could actually take a character, jump into the dungeon crawl, level them up, and then have that progress actually carry over to any other mode, whether you happen to do a module, whether you happen to do the single player story mode or group story mode, whatever you really want to do. It really gives you a lot of flexibility. So I'm just going to set up a single player lobby, and let's jump into the intro. Okay, so obviously we have just a quote which in some ways kind of gives you a sense of what the possible setting could be.
Legends tell that after the time of troubles, the elven goddess Sehanine Moonbull wept for those divine souls that fell in the God's War. From her eyes fell the moon tear, a relic said to contain a mote of Sehanine's divine power. The moon tear was hidden by the elves, but not forgotten. A century ago, two brothers, one gentle and scholarly, the other brash and courageous, sought to find the lost relic. They founded an adventuring guild called the Order of the Burning Dawn and sealed their purpose with an oath to find the moon tear and use it to bring light to a world filled with darkness. Not long after they sealed the pact, both brothers were lost, and the guild's original purpose was lost with them. Today the guild offers equipment, shelter, and paying work for adventurers looking to do a little good while they make a little coin. You are one of the Burning Dawn's newer recruits, charged with escorting a small merchant caravan along the high road between the city of Neverwinter and the lawless town of Luskan. It has been an easy journey thus far, aside from the vicious nightmares that have plagued your sleeping mind since the caravan left the city. Bad dreams are common on missions fraught with danger, but you've never had nightmares quite like this.
So that just gives a really quick idea of some of the elements that are probably going on within this game. Of course, if you haven't have any kind of a D&D history, you know that Neverwinter by and of itself is somewhat plagued, or I guess cursed, with a certain amount of not only mystery and intrigue, but also a lot of machinations from both the gods and from outside forces. So you're never really entirely sure that you can be totally safe, but pretty much if you're doing anything around the area of Neverwinter, something's going to go down.
You're finally awake. You were scaring the horses. You were thrashing around in your sleep. The trail boss thought you were possessed.
That's called a bad dream, of course.
You too. Bellamy said he had the same dream I did. But I figured that damned halfling was just messing with me like he always does.
Sure, right. Because that's exactly what we have, is a halfling messing with people's sleep.
I know. I ask myself the same question at least 4 times a day. Full of jokes he is, but he can't take it as well as he dishes it out. He's like an angry rabbit, that one, all hissing and gnashing of teeth when you rub him the wrong way. But he's a damn good soldier, and I'm glad to have him here.
How would you rub a rabbit the right way?
That nightmare I had makes me think we might be needing his blades in the coming days.
Yeah, I'm sure it sounds like we all had terrible nightmares.
Something to mention to Palan when we get to the guild house in Luskan. Maybe he'll give us a foul taste in purple concoction that bubbles loudly and doesn't do much else. Nightmares aside, we got work to do. Got to find that fool halfling and get this caravan packed up and ready to move to Luskan.
So obviously, like, aside from the fact that we're basically just a mercenary, everybody's having bad dreams. Again, like I said, if you're anywhere near Neverwinter, you know something's going to go down, something's going to go wrong, and it's never going to work well. Now, why would I even attempt to sleep a few minutes longer? That's just
the merchants are breaking camp as we speak.
I don't have a problem with it.
Most wagons are tied up and ready to go.
I'm already up. The sun's already out.
We got a few stragglers.
Doesn't really make a lot of
sense.
sense.
Hand getting ready. Bellamy went up ahead to scout the road. Haven't heard from him in a little while.
Probably because he's
He was
wolf
cranky with a
food.
headache when he left, so I'm guessing he picked a fight with one of the trail scouts up there.
Troll chow. Well, yeah, that's probably true.
Aye,
Let's
so you
guess.
know my concern then. Maybe go up ahead along the road and see if you can find him.
Yeah,
We
sure.
ain't got all day, and if he manages to hurt someone, it ain't coming out of my share.
It ain't coming out of my share. Okay, so apparently we have a stupid halfling who
At once.
has roamed off and has done.
I can do that.
Of course, in any action RPG, if you see
Right
a barrel,
away.
break it. Potions of healing, cash, always useful.
As you wish.
Let's see. No idea who you are. Sure, why not? Let's see if that's something that gets added to the inventory. So, must traveled route, but blah 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 blah. Yeah, I'm not going to hold my breath that it's going to stay that way, especially for the story mode. I mean, obviously, there wouldn't be any kind of impact or interest in it just being a planned adventure from one place to the other. But fishing accident. What the? Yeah, sure. Whatever, dude. I don't even know that it's worth going back to. That's actually kind of nice. Definitely useful. And the rest I'm thinking is just cash. Yeah. Taking all that. Yoink. Random peasant. There's some sacks over here. Oh, potion of regen. Even better. Let's see. And you... Well, definitely seems like only a few key people happen to have some voiceover, otherwise it basically just goes into your standard dialogue trees. So, let's see. Yeah, you're insulting my people here. I'm a mercenary. That might be considered shifty by my new recruit status. Let's see. Yeah, why do you collect herbs? Probably has a lot of headaches because he's probably always drinking. That's gonna be my guess. It's a hangover. Hey, we're going shrooming! That's always going to be fun, tripping out on shrooms in caves with monsters. Let's see what we can find there. Why not? Okay, so we have our first side quest, which, aside from just getting Bellamy, is fetching fungus. Not just any fungus, a deathcap mushroom. That
At once.
doesn't sound appealing.
Fantastic.
Oh, increase movement speed by 10%. Sure, why not?
I can do
I
that.
just thought it was regular tea. Yeah, might as well try and help this guy find his brother, whatever. Well, he's probably toast too, but we'll be able to at least take whatever he had left. It might not sound very paladin-like, but, you know, you probably can't worry about the particulars when you're in the middle of
right away.
everything and out
As
in
you
the
wish.
woods. Besides, I have no idea if the gods would even penalize him for finders keepers.
At
Just
once.
another peasant. Some kid named Jessup? Halfling named Jessup? Dude named Jessup. Who does not want to talk to me. Well, then I'm just gonna take your stuff.
I can do that.
A lot of people in this camp. Like, what is this place? Oh boy. Please tell me Sarah is actually a child and not an animal. It's an animal. Of course it is. One could have only hoped, and yet. Yeah, what's your problem with us? Okay, so we're mysterious and in the shadows. Hey, Burning Dawn, you know, like sunrise? I mean, seriously, peasant who doesn't have a name. I believe, pot meet kettle on this one. Wah, 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 wah. Okay, please, let's let peasant number whatever just randomly go.
Of
Primarily because
course.
they complain about
Right
being
away.
protected by people with swords. Oh boy, let's see. Helping out a world-class chef. Sure. Okay, so what do you need? Spices, herbs, some shrooms from the caves too. Taste testing. Oh dear. This might not be good. Oh God. Well, let's examine. Okay, so that fails. Well, if my wisdom doesn't work, how about the strength? No. Am I gonna fail every single thing here? Uh, no. No, this is starting to look good. Wow. I wonder what exactly the chef is if he has like something that literally defies every single skill check roll. That's some concoction you have there. Ah, okay, so we have a vendor finally. Let's see here. So let's find out what he sells. Little of this, little of that, blah 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 blah. You know what? I don't know that it necessarily matters too much. I think just to be able to trade out some of the items that I've picked up randomly from some of these boxes is probably going to be worth it because I don't know that I want to be encumbered. I know that one of the things, especially that starts to play in, is a certain amount of encumbrance, and I don't necessarily know how much Sword Coast hews to it, although I can only imagine that it probably is keeping relatively close to the standard encumbrance penalties that you have if you start to pick up virtually everything. Um, in some ways, almost like a video game, even though you don't necessarily have bags of holding, you probably are able to carry much more than physically your character shows or displays. So let's see what they have. So yeah, let's just sell some of these random things here. Let's see. I'm gonna hold on to that. I don't know if I'll need that or not. I don't need that. I don't need that. A pike. I don't need. That's two-handed. That's going against my proficiency here. I don't need that. I'm gonna hold on to those. What is this? That's just for cash. Random amulet. That's cash too. Okay. Let's see. Oh no. Random ring. It's a flask of glue. Okay, so I think the rest of that is actually possibly useful. So let's see. Do you have anything that I might want? It's +1 Fang. I will be back because I might want that sword. That might actually be useful. And I definitely will want that armor because mine right now has a horrible armor class. Of course, for those of you who don't know or haven't played D&D, the closer you can get to 0 or negative, the harder it is for your enemies to hit you. So you always want to have something that is lower rather than higher in this case. It feels like a little bit of an inverse, something that you have to get used to, but once you actually start to understand it, like that's the entire idea of what they call Thaka, or to hit armor class 0. And that basically dictates the number that you have to roll on a 20-sided dice. The higher, of course, if you happen to have a armor class of 0, then the higher you have to roll to successfully hit, and then that also determines your damage. If you happen to have a 0 or negative armor class, then it makes it really, really higher to hit, and to the point where if you have a low enough armor class, basically the only way that you're actually going to get tagged by anybody is with natural 20s, which technically are extremely rare, but then again, natural 20s usually connote like critical hits anyway. No plug on the name of the podcast or anything like that, just simple truth. So looks like with the exception of things like healer's kits, potions, actually, you know what? I'm gonna leave some of the potions alone because usually, from what I've seen, you can pick up a number of potions just adventuring. So I'm just going to bounce away from that. Um, so
As you wish. At once.
let's see. They want to kill your. Who wants to kill your dog? All I hear are like peasants from here. Let's see. It's all Jessup's fault. What did what? Yeah, that doesn't seem right.
I can do that.
But if it's simply just
Of course.
talking
Right
to
away.
people about a dog
As you wish. At
without
once.
even leaving,
I can
that's
do that.
pretty quick
Of
to
course.
resolve. Especially
Right
since
away.
that guy is just down here,
As you wish. At once.
like right there. That's pretty easy. Let's see. So what is up with the dog, dude? Seriously. Yeah, he probably did do something, because that guy seems like he's a jerk.
I can do that.
Well, that's
Of
an easy
course.
way of resolving things and getting experience, I'm sure. So let's talk to this guy. What's up with the dog, dude? Yeah, you know what? I'm going off the wisdom on this one. I don't buy your thing here. Yeah, you probably were. What you do? Trying to get the dog to drink with you. That is stupid. That is one of the dumbest things ever. Wow.
Right away. As you wish. At once. I can do that. Of course.
I
As
don't
you
even know
wish.
what to say. Like, literally, trying to get a dog killed because you wanted to make the dog drink. God. That guy's an idiot. Thank you. Please do.
I
Smack
can do
him
that.
beside the head, or at the very least,
Of course.
take the brandy.
Right
Like,
away.
don't let the brandy go to waste in multiple ways, and make sure that you protect
As
the
you
damn
wish.
dog.
At once.
Like that's just horrible. Yes, let's see. So, looks like we just got our first. Yay! Okay, experience.
I can do that.
We'll take that. we will definitely take it. So there's a shady dealer, or whatever that means, and let's see. Yeah, why do they call you that? Well, Birkins or Ophelia here looks like she happens to be a tiefling, which is essentially, as I mentioned in the previous episode, a tiefling is essentially a human demon or human devil hybrid, usually carried out between uh, yeah, it's usually humans and demons. They sometimes happen with other races, but it's usually the human demon pairing that spawn the tieflings. Tieflings usually have red skin or reddish skin. They also usually wind up having tails, horns, other markers that basically connote or denote the status of their birth or their lineage, if you will. The tieflings by and of themselves typically wind up standing out as such, and they have certain powers too. Usually, it's like increased strength, increased constitution, uh, certain magical resistances, I believe, if I remember correctly. But of course, easily persecuted, kind of hard to avoid being seen when you're walking around looking like Hellboy. And I believe tieflings are actually going to be included in a upcoming uh, download pack or patch or update to Sword Coast Legends, along with some of the other races as well. So let's find out a little bit more about what Birkins is going to say or do here. Let's see. Not sacrificing her principles. Well, principles are important, given that I'm paladin. Let's see what she has for sale. Nothing. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I won't be a stranger considering that you've packed everything up and you won't even let me know what you have.
Of course.
Birkins.
As you wish. At once. I can do that. Of course.
Let's see.
Right away.
I don't know if I can
As you wish. Yes,
activate
at
one of
your
these
service. I can do that.
Okay, so I'm guessing that's
Of course.
Bellamy.
Right away.
Where Bellamy
As
is.
you wish. At once. I can
I
do
just
that.
want to see
of course.
if I can actually
How may I
explore any
serve?
of this.
As you wish. I can do that.
Maybe I can pull up a map here. Okay, so I'm pretty sure that's Bellamy. I'm pretty sure. I don't think I can get over there, even though those are like some of the other places here. It could just be literally
Of course.
just
Right
the world
away.
itself, or just side sections of design. Yep, that's Bellamy. No idea where the death cap mushrooms happen to be.
Don't worry about me. Just taking on a bunch of bandits by myself. All in a day's work for Bellamy Lightfingers.
Oh, please crawl back in your bottle.
Right, that's me. I'm the one starting the fight. All these poor bandits did was try and kill me.
Of
I
course
was out
they
here
did.
scouting the road and these two idiots jumped me, which was a bastard thing to do since I hadn't had my morning stretch.
Oh, of
After
course.
the night I had,
That's the only issue.
I was ready for a fight, and these two were well trained. Felt good putting them down.
Okay, dude. Yeah. What's up with you?
I did. Woke up thinking someone had driven a spike through my skull. I felt like I'd watched the world end, like some demon had torn everything apart. Jarhild said she saw the same thing. And the way you were thrashing and squealing when I left, I bet you did too.
Yeah. So you're all
No doubt they
Weird
heard
dream
about my
warriors, if you
prowess
will.
and wanted to prove themselves against the master. I don't
right.
know.
The master.
They were better trained and equipped than your average bandit.
You're the
though.
Shogun of Harlem there,
If I didn't know
Bellamy.
better, I'd say they were hired to come out here. I don't know. Why does anyone do anything in this place? All I know is what happened. Yeah, these guys weren't your normal starving, no skills, hit like a pillow fight bandits. If there's more of them running around, Jarhild will have her hands full.
I'm sure she probably will. No real thanks to you. Oh, here we go. Great.
They are persistent.
Yes, they are. Alright, so here...
It's too late. It's completely blocked off.
Well, yeah.
Are you kidding? We have to get back to the wagons. They're attacking the caravan.
Well, I
We'll deal
wasn't
with the
entirely
roadblock
sure about
when
that.
all these bastards are dead. Let's go.
Well, I guess that means no looting. Okay, maybe looting.
As you wish.
Gotta
At
always
once.
get the
Of course. As
the
you
cash
wish.
when you can.
I can do that. Of course. As you wish. I can.
Oh!
Aye, there you are.
Bodies
Come
are
for
us.
the fun part, have you?
This is one hell of an ambush for a bunch of bandits.
That's because these are more than mere bandits. They're mercenaries, paid to assassinate members of your
Yeah,
guild.
who's the elf?
Here they come!
They never learn, do they?
Who's the elf and the random dwarf? What is going on? Well, at least we now know that we can get over there too. Oh, you are not casting a frickin' fireball over
Foolish
there.
miscreants.
You
You stand
That was
for a
horrible.
cleric of Sahan Moonbow.
Well, come on, Sehanine, this cleric, let's do something about it.
Anywhere.
A frickin' wizard.
Of course. As you wish. At once. Of course. By your leave.
That's right, so we have to stun there.
At your service.
A little Victoria
What is it
Surge,
you
take out
require?
that guy. Much better.
Oh,
Okay,
guess
so
we
now what?
won that one.
Lady
You're a
of
genius.
Dreams, we thank you.
Yeah, who are you?
I am Elidia Maethelin, priestess of Sahanine Moonbow. With me is Lerathar Gulgrin, my friend and bodyguard.
Of course.
You are members of the Order of the Burning Dawn, right? We're not way off here.
No, but your head'll be off in no time if you don't explain yourself, and quick!
We're out here searching for a
Why don't
caravan
you
that was
shoot
attacked just an hour ago. It was being guarded by members of the Burning Dawn.
How is it that everybody
That
knows
must be
about
my
the
sister
caravan or
Bryn's
us?
caravan.
What? Yeah, what? Wait, what do they
We know
about
only
this?
that they were happening. The Burning Dawn Guild Hall in Luskan has been raided, and now
Of
you have come
course.
under direct attack.
So,
we were hoping we
if
could
you say
stop
we're the only
attacks,
ones or we're the last
or at
ones.
least rescue the people from the other caravan, but I'm worried we're too late. Maybe there's some way we can help you avoid their fate.
We've seen a lot of
Guess we're
mercs
going
in
through
this
the woods.
area. I think they must have a base of operations nearby. Somewhat temporary, out of one of the caves.
Mushroom caves! Mushroom caves!
Then it's settled. Lerathar and I will join you.
Oh yeah.
This will be a lot easier with 4 of us than with 2.
Boy, who's the other one?
Let's go quickly before they have a chance to regroup. If we do this right, one guard at the caravan will do.
What?
Go then, and hurry your arse, so we can get back to the job at hand.
Well, I guess I'll have to move my bloomin' arse.
Aye. And keep these 2 alive, Elf. I'm counting on you.
I didn't know I was
Are
in my
you
fair lady.
people
all of a
always so slow with your goodbyes? Let's get moving.
Before we go,
Well,
a friend in
well.
Luskan gave us this. It's a sending stone, specially enchanted to allow us to speak freely through it for the next few days. Any of us left behind in camp can keep up with what the
Hey,
rest
rock
of us are doing.
walkie-talkie. That's always awesome.
Well, this ought to be fun.
Thank you.
So, hey, I leveled up. Awesome.
Right away.
So, let us quickly loot, and then maybe we'll be able to do some of the leveling up really quick. So let's just take
As you
everything
wish.
from all these guys really quickly.
At once.
Take,
I can
'cause
do that.
It's not like they're going anywhere. Like I said, potions usually you can find them virtually anywhere you go. Really, oh, cheese. What? Hey, bonus hit points for a few minutes. That's
Of course.
that's definitely useful. So yeah, we'll just do the quick loot before we move on, because obviously you can pick up different things, different items that'll always work, or you can just sell them back. That's always a plus.
Right away. As you wish. How may I serve? Right away.
I think I've gone through
As you
all
wish.
that. And just going off the map, let's see. There's somebody there, and I think that's a quest giver. Yeah. So I'm guessing that there's a quest, and then that's probably the cave. That was the way that it was going to go.
At once. I can do that.
So, come on, shady trader. Let's see. Yeah, what are you getting at? Finding other. Yeah, I'll keep my eyes open because I'm pretty sure that there's going to be something on there that you probably
Of course.
stole or smuggled.
Right away.
Whatever.
As you wish. At once. I can do
Anyway,
that.
if winds up that she winds
Of
up giving
course.
me a discount on things,
Right
I'd rather
away.
take that. So let's see, since he's going to be a quest giver too, who do we lose? What do you know about this guy? Sure, I'll keep an eye on whoever this random dude is.
As you wish.
So, now that
At once. I can
I've
do
got a
that.
lot of quests here, might as well just try and level up really quickly. Okay, so I have 3 ability points. Let's see, I could boost my lay on of hands, which could be useful. I'm not there yet to be able to unlock anything for the Avengers, or the Avenger tree. Let's see, restoration here. So I don't know that I necessarily need any of that. War, Divine Smite might. It's pricey, but it could be good, and that would also start to lead me towards the mantles and the pulses. And the pulses might not be that bad because of the summoning, and that's definitely one of those things that I want to get, but. that I can wait till I'm level 5 and go straight for that instead of having to go over. Not entirely sure which would be better. Let's see, 5, 5, and then 7. Okay. And then there's always the weapon fighting. Cleave wouldn't actually be bad at all. And then there's just basic protection right there. Boosting shield bash, or let's see. Well, I already have the pull ability with that, but maybe Victoria Search. Okay, cool. So, you know what? I think just given everything that's going on, I already have the lay on of hands. Oh well, I could actually boost that too. What I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to spend let's see, I think I might spend 2 and possibly get cleave, primarily because it's passive, but because it does so much serious damage to anything in radius, and that's definitely going to be useful, especially when it starts coming towards like power attacks, power strikes, stuff like that. Because I don't know that I need to worry so much about things like charge or stuff like that, but cleave, because it's a passive ability, it's just always ready to go. Now, given that I am basically trying to go solo, I think what I may do is I may just boost up my lay on of hands to a higher level as well for right now. That ends all of those points, and I don't believe anybody else has or needs to level anything up either. And so I can close this out. So,
of course. Right away.
Let's start
as you wish.
heading
of course.
Over.
Right away.
Just spin the map around really quick.
As you wish.
So, sorry for those of you. Oh,
of course.
Actually, you know.
Right away.
Let's see. Might as well get rid of some of the other little goods that I got too. because I don't know that I want or need to carry a lot of stuff, because I'm pretty sure I'm gonna wind up picking up a lot of random items in the cave. I'm gonna leave that just in case it winds up coming out. Definitely getting rid of that Lolth statue. Queen of Spiders or Goddess of Spiders, I am not keeping, especially if I'm going into a cave. Bad, bad, bad. That basically is asking for the Drow, and I don't want to even have to deal with them as a level 2 right now. Getting rid of that carving, because I just don't want it or need it. Getting rid of that, because I just don't want the Juju. Okay, well, that should be higher, but what are you going to do? And I don't need that. I think I'm getting just kind of screwed on the sellback price of some of these things, but what are you gonna do, I guess.
As you wish, at once.
So,
I can do that.
Let's see, what exactly? It's a waypoint. Okay.
Right away.
So I'm pretty sure we have to
As
go
you
this
wish.
way.
At once.
Let's see. Yeah, so that's an outcropping. There's definite enemy over there.
I can do that.
I think we're gonna go this way and just explore.
Right away.
Because part of it
As you wish.
is really having
once.
a sense of what's going on. Now I have a rogue here.
What can I do for you?
If I can just put you into search mode. I would really rather keep you in search, just so that
Yes, I can do that.
if there are any
Of course,
random
by your
traps,
leave.
if there's anything that I might accidentally run
Right
into,
away.
I am somewhat protected. Looks like I have to go back this way. I don't know why.
As you wish. At once.
Partially because the screen is forcing me to. Look, go to the broken cart. Take the cash. Go.
I can do that. Of course.
Let's see here. Small shrubbery. Hey, check this out. Cast reading cut thread. Here's your rush payoff. Keep that shit with you. Okay, sure. I mean,
Right
far be
away.
it from me to stop you in your protection racket. Okay, so we have a dire wolf. You know nothing, Jon Snow.
As you wish. At once. Of course. At your service.
Goodbye, dire wolf.
At once.
I hope for my sake the Starks are not watching. Because
What
I do
is
not
it
want
you
winter to
require?
start coming my
Of course.
way. Ooh,
Your assistance is appreciated.
that sounded particularly painful. So, I get wolf pelts, as expected.
Right away.
I'm sure they can be traded
As you
in for
wish.
something. Remains. Huh, okay. Whereas journal. Blah, 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 blah. And Wolfsbane. Slashing. Ah! Alright. Always useful. I have no idea. Okay, not any of the people that I was sent
At
to
once.
go look for. Which is unfortunate, but what do you
I can do that.
So, let's advance up a little bit here. And
Of course.
See what we can see. And
Yes.
you, let's put you back again.
How may
in
I
search.
serve? Right away.
Bring it on.
What? Mercenary Berserker.
I require some assistance!
I do not require assistance.
Good fight.
One dude.
As you wish. Yes? At once. I can do that. By your leave.
Okay. So, looks like we've got... Oh! What is this? Bone-strewn burrow. Mercenary's cave. Okay, so we're...
Right away.
What I think we're gonna do is clear out this
As you
little
wish.
thing, and then we'll go back to that burrow really quick. Could always use a little healing.
Hey!
Oh.
At
We'll
once.
lay on hands, and then we'll take out that archer. Fantastic. Okay,
I can
so
do that. Of course.
and he had gold, and there's a chest.
Right away.
whoa, whoa,
As you
whoa.
wish. Quite simple.
You have my
really.
blessings.
Oh, junk, run-down shack, smells like a baby's ass. I'm thinking goblins.
Ugh. This does seem the kind of place they'd congregate.
Of course. it
Well,
does.
good. I haven't stabbed a goblin in a good 10 days or more.
Well, that's always a pleasant thought. You know what? I wonder if there's a save. Is there a save? Let's see, options. Why don't we just save the game real quick? Because, of course, as I am really well aware, with many RPGs, especially D&D RPGs, you always want to save before you go into a place like a cave, a burrow, a hollow,
Well, isn't
whatever.
this cozy? I'm sorry, did I say cozy? I meant creepy.
Yeah, no kidding. What?
As you wish.
Why don't we just take as many death cap mushrooms as we can get our hands on?
At once. I can
I'm
do
sure
that.
that'll help.
This
Oh,
ought to be
spiders.
fun.
At your service.
Of course.
Of
Where's
course.
Sheila when you need her? It. Spider.
How did that make you feel?
You have my blessings.
Right away.
Oh, and of course the spiderling has gold, but the others don't. Interesting.
As you wish.
Why is that
At once.
moving? Why
I can
are you
do that.
moving? What's in the
What
sack?
do we have here?
Well, we don't have anything that I need to worry about.
Need
apparently.
summer? Sounds like a plan.
What is it you require? Right away. Foes ahead!
Of course there are.
As you wish.
Ooh.
That will do
Very
quite
nice.
nicely.
Sehanin smiles upon you.
I'm sure she does.
This ought to be fun.
Yeah, these little spiderlings are
They were
no
clearly
bitch.
no match.
Do we have here?
Okay, that I'm. That's what you call either timing or I'm getting way too much into the head of my own character.
At once.
Because I was not expecting him to say exactly what I was thinking.
I can do that. Of course. Right away. As you wish.
So, now that I'm basically going to have more than enough mushrooms to shroom and make potions,
At once.
where's
What
the big
do
spider?
we have?
Is that a horse tangled up in that spider web?
It
It
looks like
probably
it's from the
is.
caravan. We should take a closer look.
I'm pretty sure
I can do that.
wherever this horse happens to be. Well, so much for that.
This is definitely
They're
one of the
late,
caravan's
Sarah.
horses. And it looks like a name is engraved on the bridle. Sarah. Is this who we were supposed to be looking for?
That idiot had us scouring the woods for a horse.
We'll have to
yes.
bring this back to him to be sure.
Good, then let's get out of here already. I really don't want to meet the
Too
thing
late.
that made a meal out of this horse.
Oh, jeez.
We got this. I need healing.
That's right.
I need help.
What? Come on. You're doing fine.
Help.
Okay. You, on the other hand,
Yes!
are not.
Help. There's only one thing I hate more than spiders.
What's that?
Yeah.
Socks with holes in them.
Really?
But spiders, they're up there.
Sucks a lot. Really? Seriously? That's kind of lame. Anyway, we're gonna take all of that, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to equip that +1 skewer, because that is let's see, 1 to 6, but +1 to hit and damage. Why not? That'll balance out whatever the sword that I had would do. And
Of course.
I'd rather have a +1 than
Right
a
away.
plain
As you
sword
wish.
Anyway.
Yes?
So let's see.
I
Bring
can
the
do
mushrooms
that.
back.
Of course.
Bring the
Right
bridle
away.
back.
As you
That
wish.
takes care
At
of
once.
2 of my
I can
my
do that.
quests right off the
Of
bat.
course. As you wish. At once. I can do that. Of course.
So, yeah, obviously, you know, taking a quick look around, getting a sense of what the surroundings happen to be, finding out whatever all the side quests, just like many other D&D games, you definitely want to always check, talk to people, explore, because there's going to be plenty of things that you can do, that you can use to then level up your characters, make them much more powerful, make them much more capable, give them access to some of the other skills that you really want them to have, so that you can really kind of take off and exploit everything that,
Right
that
away.
you can
As you wish. At
in
once.
preparation for
I can do
later
that.
adventures. So let me just make sure I'm going in the right direction. And I'm not. I need to... What?
Of course. Right
turn
away.
and go back this way?
At once. I can do that.
Yeah, something like that.
Of course. As you wish. At once. I can do that. Of course. Right away. As you wish.
Yeah, okay.
By your leave. At once. I can do that. Of course. Right away.
Well,
At your
she's
service.
what? Like this just
As you wish.
shrub. Oh, whatever.
At once. I can do that. Of course. Right away.
So,
At once.
I believe this is the first peasant. Let's see. Is doing our jobs. Oh, now we're heroes. Now, peasant number random actually
course.
cares. Yes, she is. Why don't you hand it to the tiefling? Maybe she'd be able to help you.
Right away. As you wish. I can do that. Of course.
Okay, take some shrooms. Sure, why not? I'll definitely sell you some shrooms. God, now I'm a drug dealer.
Right away. As you wish. At once. I can do that.
Without
of
meaning
course.
to be.
Right away. At once. I can do that. Of course. Right away.
Okay, so
As you wish.
now that we've handled those,
At
gotten
once.
some more
I can do
experience.
that. Of course.
Let's
Right
actually
away,
start to head
as
towards
you
that
wish.
mercenary camp, because
At
clearly
once.
I'm pretty sure that that's gonna have the whereabouts
I can do that.
of Richard. I'm
Of
pretty
course.
sure.
Right away.
Let's see. Goblin caves. I haven't seen goblin caves yet. I don't believe. That could come up somewhere else. But
As you wish.
I'm pretty sure
At once. I can do that, of
Then
course.
I'll run
Right
into
away.
That. So
As
I'll
you
be
wish.
coming pretty close. Oh, hey, there's a great.
Fantastic.
Yes, it is
At
fantastic.
once. I can do that. Of course. Right away.
They were talking about goblins
At
over
once.
here, but I think they're
I
just
can do that. Of course.
complaining.
Right away. As you
Like
wish.
do.
At once. I can do that. What do we have here?
Yes, what do we have here? We have a lot of
Of course.
stuff that we can sell.
Right away. As you wish. At once. I can do that. Of course.
Oh, and
Right away.
you
As you wish.
wish.
At once. Of course.
I broke a nail on that one. How did that make you feel?
Right away. As you
Oh,
wish.
we have a lot of mercenaries. Check
Of
that
course.
out. A lot that just happened to drop
Right away.
potions. It looks like.
As you wish. At once. I can do that. Of course.
Let's see. Is there anything else? Might as well check around
Right
see
away.
if there's any other
At once.
chests
I
or
can do
anything
that.
hanging outside.
Right
that
away.
cave.
At once.
I doubt there is, but you can never be too sure.
I can do that. Of course.
Okay.
Right away.
So why don't we?
There. That must be where they're hiding.
I'm guessing
Then
so.
that's where we're going.
Yeah. Wait a second. Again. We save the game. And then we go in. Swords at the ready. Magic spells ablazing. Arrows knocked and ready to fire. Unless this cave also like backs up onto or borders or butts the goblin cave. You can never tell. I mean, mercenaries, especially in games like this, they're not necessarily that smart. So they could have just
Nice
taken
and
over.
chilly in here. Could
Goblins
almost
can
take
come
a
back.
nap.
You go ahead. I can take down these mercs without you.
Get in my belly.
Well, look at that. Someone's been preparing a feast. I bet severed hands are great with... I can't even finish the thought.
I know that ring. That's Carrick's hand. He was in the squad guarding that other caravan. Damn these people!
Oh boy.
And I'll be the one to collect.
Sure you were, little
We have
dude.
to keep our heads about this. If we go charging off for revenge, there's no way we'll survive.
Yeah, fine. Just don't get in my way when the time comes.
I'm sure you'll have plenty of space for blood.
At once. I can do that. Of course. Right away.
You know, that was actually bad. I really should send my rogue in.
I'm here.
Just in case they have traps, because I'm pretty sure they will have a lot of freaking
Alright.
traps. It's a mercenary base.
Sure. Hold. I think you should send me ahead. I've got an itchy feeling. We might have traps nearby.
That's what I thought.
Oh,
And of course, traps not in the barrel breaking category.
if you say so. Trap ahead!
Bingo!
Nailed it!
Fantastic.
Sounds like a plan.
And that should give us all experience points
All
because he
right.
disarmed that trap. Okay, so looks like there are 4 guys there. 2x2 formation.
What is
Alright.
it you require?
Let's Let's do this.
At once.
I'll take the guy on the right, you take the guys on the left.
Can someone heal me?
Oh!
Best one yet.
Death was...
Well, that is a plus, you know. Especially if you happen to have a
strong.
party, you can at least come back.
Here, I'm done.
So there's that.
Is it?
See if we can stabilize some
How
of these
may I
guys.
serve?
I need
Just
healing!
Try something big, shall we?
More.
Die!
Some healing would be nice. As you wish. I can do that, of course.
Come on, Sid. Where you at with the wounds? There we go.
A well-deserved victory.
Yes, yes it is. Okay. Bellamy,
What
you get up.
happened?
As you wish. At once. I can do that.
What? You're sleeping. Let's see. You're just a fighter, but you went up. So let's see. You. So you got shout. You got rally. You don't really have a lot of skills, do you? Steel Serpent, which is fine, because we can get you Steel Serpent 2. Sure Strike, which, you know, you might actually want, since you keep dying somewhat. Let's see, you already have Cleave, which is useful. Let's see, so I can maybe get your power attack, or just more Cleave. You've got archery. Why do I want to give you archery? I don't think I want to do that to him. So, okay, so I'm thinking we take Short Strike. I'm thinking we take Steel Serpent. Yeah. And we leave that at that.
Yes?
So,
What?
let's put you back on search.
Sure. Yeah. Sounds like a plan. All right. Sure. Yeah.
For a random mercenary lair, it is remarkably tidy. I'm guessing their den mercenary leader is making sure to
If you
appear
say
if
so.
they don't keep it clean and orderly. I don't know.
Sounds like a plan. All right. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
If you say so.
Let's keep searching for traps.
Sounds like a plan.
Oh.
Traps clear.
Good.
All right. Sure. What can I do for you?
Well,
If you say so.
you can keep finding traps.
Sounds like a plan. All right. Sure.
You ready to die?
By your leave. Of course. Right away. Over here! Help! As you wish.
Die!
At your Can someone heal me?
What? No.
Little help would be
back.
nice.
Oh no. I wasn't dead, was I?
may I serve?
Over here!
You have my
Help!
blessings.
At once.
Something?
What? Again?
Oh no! I wasn't dead, was I? Yes?
I think that was their leader. Maybe we should have kept him alive for questioning.
I think we should
too
stick
late.
with our stab first, question later policy. It's worked
I
well so
needed
far.
that.
By your leave. At your service.
Yes.
Why are you getting drunk? The hell are you doing?
I needed that.
Here are some letters written between the captain of these mercenaries and a goblin named Trax.
They don't seem to like each other very much, do they?
Well, they're goblins.
It's true. My Uncle Norris got along with everyone. He were near famous for it. He got killed by goblins on the road to Neverwinter. I heard he offered to buy him around, and they filled him full of arrows.
Well, that's not that smart.
Good idea. Maybe we can find something to use as a wedge.
Hey, +1 short sword. And a key. Sealed door in the hidden cave. Well, yeah, that one's definitely coming with us.
Need summer?
Back to that.
Yeah. If you say so. Sounds like a plan. All right, sure. Yeah, if you say so. You take the big one.
Oh boy.
What is it you require? Of course. As you wish. How may I serve?
Be strong.
A little help would be nice. Come here.
That's not for your help.
Yes?
A little help would be nice.
At what?
Well, that'll work.
Your assistance
Journal
is
entry.
appreciated.
Well, that's useful. That it's actually tracking things.
Take this.
Not one of those things I actually
What?
knew or thought it did.
Sure.
So,
Yeah,
get you
yeah.
back on searching.
If you say so. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, it sounds like a plan.
What can I do for
because
ya?
It is a plan.
Sure.
I do like the Mel's acid arrow scrolls. Okay, so
Yeah. If you say so.
actually bringing us back to the main chamber, which is as much of a main chamber as there could be.
Sounds like a plan.
I mean, that's from the other direction.
All right. Sure.
Basically mean that aside from that,
Yeah.
By your leave. No! I can do that at your service.
Best one yet.
fear to magic missile.
Yes!
How did that make you feel?
Oh,
Yes.
Door number 1, door number 2, door number 3, or 4. Let's go down this way. No particular reason, just saying, let's go down this way. Looks like we found Richard, one of the other guys.
If you say so.
And we found a trap. Sneaky, sneaky.
You may applaud. Sounds like a
I
plan.
might. Yeah. Captured by a goblin scout party. I'm guessing the goblins have to be here somewhere. Yeah, you can't steal. No. Yeah, either you hand it over, or I'm going to flatten you. Seriously. That's just horrible.
Need summer?
Whoa! Really are coming fast and furious with the
You
traps
may
here.
applaud. All right, sure. If you say so.
Not that much.
Sounds like a plan.
Wow, what is going on with all the traps? It's not like this place was that special.
Nailed it. All right. Sure. Yeah. If you say so. Sounds like a plan. All right. Sure.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we have one
If you say
one
so.
space cleared, one more quest done.
All right. Sure. Yeah.
Got another door.
If you say so. Sounds like a plan. All right. Sure.
What is it you require?
I require you to put the smackdown on some of these fools.
Can someone heal me?
Why?
Some healing would be nice.
You don't need healing. There. Healing. Okay, now I really...
Of course.
You will pay!
Wow.
Satanin smiles
Pretty
upon
powerful
you.
attack.
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah. If you say so.
Do you say so?
Sounds like a plan. All right. Sure. Yeah.
So, then back through these doors, I'm guessing. Because that's the only way that I can go. Hopefully there's nothing on the other side of that door that's going to make me regret this decision, but you can never be too sure. I think this is one of the last ones here.
If you say so.
Well, thanks a lot, Larathar. Oh crap! Okay,
Sounds like a plan.
so that's one of those things that I was not expecting.
Well, could be nice.
Mimics, which
Wow,
you know,
that hurts.
those are things that are little monsters in
Breathe,
D&D.
friends.
It's freaking mimics.
We
They look like
survived
chests,
once
but
again.
they really are designed to just mess with you. God, I hate those things.
Right away.
But it's good to know that they even included
What
them.
can I do for you?
That's one of those things that you don't actually know until you've run into it.
Ooh, hey, a nice warm fire. It's almost cozy.
Well,
If
what's
you
up with
ignore
this
the
thing?
bones.
There's a parchment. Too much burned away to be sure. But there's a symbol that almost looks like a fist with an eye on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It could be the Merc symbol. Or something the goblins use for their tribe. It looks a little like the symbol for Helm, god of guardians and protectors.
anybody know?
I don't see goblins or mercs
Yeah.
worshipping Helm.
They took
It's
that.
probably something they stole then dropped. Goblins leave all sorts of things lying around for people to pick up.
You're right. It doesn't add up. Let's keep moving.
Well, if
Yes.
you're gonna keep moving, you're
Alright.
going to start searching.
Sure.
Because I don't trust any of this. Especially
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
gonna throw in a freaking mimic.
What?
What now?
Was that Gil and Neddy? They were in the other caravan.
Enough.
Yeah, but they're about to die.
My name is Javen Tarmikos. I know you are members of the Burning Dawn, and I know your foul lords call to you in your dreams.
Okay.
Are you prepared to repent for your sins?
Who the hell are these
Please.
guys?
We don't know what you're...
Just tell him. Yes, we repent.
Oh, you're toast.
Whatever it is, we repent. Just please don't.
You're dead.
Silence! Your tongues spit lies, demons. Sir Banagar, grant these abominations the mercy of death.
Yeah, you knew that was
But
coming.
High Commander, they are defenseless.
Do not question me, knight. The spawn of the abyss is never without guile or opportunity to do evil.
Great.
Do as
So we
I
have
say. End them.
misguided knights or
please.
whatever. Oh.
Now I take
Whoa!
my leave of this place.
Holy jib.
Continue the
Batman.
operation, and make sure none of the Burning Dawn leave here alive.
As you will, High Commander.
Leave the bodies for the goblins. They are no longer our concern.
I advise caution. These men are...
They're
Not-
dead men. That's what they are.
No.
They're murdering us like animals. You want me
Yes,
to
I
be
want you
cautious? You can follow or not, but I'm going to paint this cave red with these bastards.
Don't be an
I
idiot.
assume we're following the angry halfling.
We will save him from himself if we can. Let's go.
Yeah. For the love of... Stupid halfling.
Need summer? If you say so. Sounds like a plan. Sure. Yeah. If you say so. Sounds like a plan.
I'm here to help. What can I do for you? Yes.
By your leave, as you wish. I can do that.
Yes?
Yeah.
I'm here.
Come on, party.
All right.
Follow me. Let's see. So I want to say that's... Yeah, okay, so that's the mimic and the fire pit.
Sure.
Which means I have to
Yeah.
go back this way.
If you say so. All right. Sure.
Mimic? No. Actual chest?
Yeah, yeah. If you say so.
I do say so.
Sounds like... Whoa! Either a bear got loose in here, or your halfling buddy's a one-man walking meat grinder. From the looks of it, I'd say we could just take the night off. What?
At your service.
What can I do for you?
That was
Yeah,
not
yeah.
him.
If you
In fact,
say
I'm
so.
pretty much willing to bet that very
Sounds
little
like a
of
plan.
that was him.
All right. Sure. Yeah, yeah. If you say so. Sounds like a plan.
Does it?
All right.
All of this cannot be the halfling.
Sure. Yes. Yeah, yeah. If you say
Sorry
so.
about that.
Sounds like a plan.
Seemed like a quick mistake there.
Need summer? Sure. I'm here.
What now? Who are you? Yeah, why? Well, what? Kill him? What? Let him know that he's. Yeah, sure, fine. That's good. I mean, yeah, there are a lot of side quests. Inevitably, a lot of them wind up becoming fetch quests, things that you really could care less about doing. But you know, what are you gonna
Yeah, yeah. If you say so. Sounds like a plan. All right. Sure. Yeah, yeah. If you say so. Sounds like a plan. All right. Sure. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
If
we
you
have
say so.
really
Sounds like a plan.
What is it you
Annoyed
require?
half-
As you wish.
running through, not thinking of rats,
At once.
whatever.
A perfect strike! I can do that.
Be
How'd you
strong.
know?
Of
They're
course.
rats.
Right away.
They never learn, do they?
As you wish.
Okay,
What?
so
All right. Sure.
a lot of that.
Yeah, yeah. If you say so. All right. Yeah. What can I do for you? If you say so. All right.
Yes, I do say so.
Sure. Yeah.
So small. So angry.
Sounds like Bellamy, all right.
We have to find him. Angry or not, he can't face all these mercs alone.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Fools! You dare approach me?
Yes,
Now you
are.
face death. Death and soul devourment.
What?
I am all powerful. I am the one who will bury your bones and sup on your bones. Who am I kidding?
Yeah.
My name is Homit Shaw. I'm a necromancer.
Oh, really?
Not one of the bad ones, I promise.
There is no such thing as a good
I assume you're with that
necromancer.
halfling that came through here. I have never seen such anger. Not since I raised Kipper Harple's old cat from the dead. Boy, that cat was mad.
Well, you didn't raise him from the dead.
Well, in a matter of speaking, I was an apprentice with them until I made a couple of mistakes and they
Oh boy.
they decided we would all be best served by parting ways.
Why are you such a
Yes.
muggle?
I've been to Longsaddle. What must you have done wrong to be exiled by the Harples?
I know, right? Don't worry about me, though. I found a master in Luskan and I'm getting my abilities under control. I was travelling with a caravan from Neverwinter.
Of course you were. Everybody
Yesterday we got
was.
jumped by bandits. Our guards tried to stop them, but there were too many of them. They took the guards captive and dragged some of the dead travellers to these caves.
So, yeah, did you come to rescue the guards? Yeah, no.
Well, I'm not going to lie. When the battle was over, I pretended to be dead. It's something necromancers are pretty good at. And then when they started dragging away the bodies, I just stayed dead. Eventually, they dropped me off here.
I cannot tell if you're a coward or a genius.
Definitely both.
Yeah, sure. Who was guarding it?
They were from a guild. The Order of the Morning Gown or something?
Morning Gown.
Burning Dawn?
Yeah.
No thanks, I don't drink.
Oh,
Ugh,
Jesus.
I could sure use one.
I met them. It was, Neddy and Gil. And there was this halfling woman, who, come to think of it, bore a resemblance to the guy who ran through here before.
Yeah, you think?
Brother and sister, maybe? We never really talked, but I think there was something unspoken between us. Like, we knew something could happen there, but neither of us wanted to open ourselves to being hurt.
Of course you did.
There was no halfling when your two guildmates were executed.
Yeah.
Either she's alive, or they killed her before we got here.
Come to think of it, that would explain that halfling's, enthusiastic treatment of these mercenaries. It's all coming together now. Well, I'm not going to lie. When the battle was over, I pretended to be dead. It's something necromancers are pretty good at.
Yes.
And then when
okay.
they started dragging away the bodies, I just
mistakenly hit the
stayed
wrong
dead.
dialogue.
Eventually, they dropped me off here.
Yes.
I cannot tell if you're a coward or a genius.
Definitely both. All right,
We gotta go.
let's
get
go
him.
battle some evil, or whatever you were planning to do.
I don't know that I trust you,
You
but
say that now, but wait until you see me in action.
Oh yeah, can't wait.
Can't wait.
Come now. Haven't you always wanted a little brother?
Not like that.
Not like this, Liddy. Not like this.
All right, let's go stop your friend from getting himself killed. To arms!
Yeah. That's not really a rallying cry.
How may I serve? At once.
Yes? Sure. Done.
Yes, if you say so.
Oh man, I'm so used to the The dwarf being the last one.
Sounds
Oh,
like a
God,
plan.
These guys.
Such senseless brutality.
That guy in the armor seemed to think they were demons.
If there's a demon here, it's that blasphemy of a knight. Let's find your friend before they do.
Region.
This note mentions gold payments from the mercenaries to someone named Martimal.
I heard mention of a missing driver named Martimal back at the caravan.
I bet the bastard sold you out, told the mercs where you'd be and when.
We should keep an eye out for this Martimal, if he hasn't already fled the area.
Or if he hasn't already got himself killed. All right.
Oh. You know what? That's looks like, I don't know, what is this? Ascending into goblin caves? Something? I don't know. But you know what? I think that's probably as good a place as any to save right here, right before we start to go into the last bit. We'll see where exactly Bellamy has run off to in the next episode. We'll also finally get into a little bit more about Hamed, or hopefully Hamed, and whatever his necromancer ways happen to be, even if he happens to be one. I'm not entirely sure. I think he's probably just a MacGuffin right now to fill in the character classes and everything. Maybe give you a chance to experiment with different classes so you have a sense of what they're like, so you can possibly roll your own. Anyway, next episode we will get right back into this. We will find out the fate of Bellamy. We will probably wind up finding out who Martunal is. We'll probably pick up more cargo, stuff like that, and we will definitely deflete this cave and hopefully move on with the caravan. Anyway, that's it for this episode. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you be sure to get to me in a couple different ways. You can either leave comments in the comment there below. You can reach me on Gmail at critpixels. That's CRITPIXELS at gmail.com, or hit me up on Twitter at critpixels. I'm Jeff Haynes, and as always, may all your hits be critical and your pixels stay bright. See ya.